What up, SK family? Happy Sunday. If you are watching the replay on Facebook, hit the comments with hashtag replay. You'll know it's the replay because we already got a guy in the corner that says live won't be there anymore. If you can't tell by our names, my name is Stephanie. That's Sophia. Together we make up Hey SK. We are life coaches who help wounded healers unleash their inner superhero so they can live their lives authentically, bold and carefree. As you are hopping on, please to the comments with hashtag KSK so we know you're here so you can say
Well, we made
hello.
it. Mhm.
If you are new, which
Thank you.
means you're new to either our channel or pages, and you
We
have never
focus
seen us
on
before, hit the
positive
comments with hashtag
affirmation.
new, um,
D65.
just so
We
we
focus on,
can
yeah.
hold on, just so we can um just connect with you and say hi and know who we're speaking to. Go ahead and drop us a comment and let us know where you're watching from. If you have any questions for us, um, today we are going to be talking about, kind of the ways that we stay connected. As most of you know, should know by now, from especially on YouTube, I've been way more transparent over there than I have been on Facebook. Katia has been gone since October, and she's been away with the military, and we still got some time left to go. So we're just going to share some ways that we've been able to stay connected, stay in tune and in touch with each other. Hey, during this time. I know a lot of people are like, I don't know how you do it. I can't imagine how you do it. I used to say those things too when I was single or in relationships with people that I truly didn't love. Okay. You always say what you won't do until you find the right person that will make you think of things outside of you. And then you care about things outside of you. Um, and so I'm not going to lie and say it's been rainbows and butterflies and shit over here because it hasn't been. Um, but we have made a conscious effort to remain connected while she's not here. Even now, with the added bonus of a pretty hefty time difference. Um, so you want to share one of your favorite ways, Katia?
Say that one more time.
You want to share one of your favorite ways that we've been able to stay connected while you've been gone?
Yeah, my favorite way that we stay connected is the app Rave. If you don't know about Rave, it's an app where you can stream what we use Netflix mostly, and we watch The Circle together. So we had some series that we watched. So literally, we're watching at the same time, and they have a feature where you can talk while you're watching it, but that feature makes it a lot harder to hear when you're watching it. So we generally just text and laugh through text while we're watching it.
And you can chat within the
But
app too.
or you can chat. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You can chat within the app, but sometimes when you're chatting, it makes the volume of whatever you're watching a little lower.
No, like chat, like not
Oh yeah,
verbally chat.
you can
Yeah.
text in the app as well. But we like to use our phones because we have two, and we have extra devices. So that's one of my favorite ways to stay connected. Also, um, a big deal when it comes to relationship building, whether it's through your family, romantically, is you got to put effort in. I never say work because when you most people associate work is dreadful, tired, run down, but effort to put effort in, and like I said, that's one of my favorite ways. But also the game, playing games. We have a monthly game night, and we both love board games. So being with someone who literally matches my nerd and enjoy a lot of the nerdy things that I enjoy, or indulge in them with me and happy to, makes life a lot fun. So
I know
that's
another
my
really
favorite
good
one.
one. We both have iPhones, and at this stage, at this moment, both of our business and personal phones are iPhones. And we use Game Pigeon. If you're not
Yeah.
familiar, it's like a little app you can download, and then you can literally like send games to like basically your text message thread. So like they've got games from like checkers, Connect Four. Um, we like Mancala a lot. I mean, they have lots of games in there, always updating, and it's free. I mean, they have a paid version that you can do more things with it. I think only one of you really needs the paid version in order to get
See
the
you.
extra
Have a good
free.
night.
So if you have somebody you regularly play with, but we do found the free version, and it's been fun. We play games. Whoever wins just picks the next game we're playing. But that's one of my favorites. You know, so like talking shit. Battleship
Yeah.
2 is another one of our favorites. Like, you
She
stuck my boat.
shoot my ship.
Yeah, I'd be like sending angry face emojis with fires, like aha, laughing, and it's all in fun. At the end of the day, that's just how you connect. But it's just a way to connect, like in real time, or like if one of us is working, because the time difference. It makes it so you can still kind of hang out a little while the other person can still work. If you're checking your phone throughout the day anyways, aren't you? Most of you are. No, I know you won't say it out loud, but most of us are. So yeah, I just want to put that
Yeah,
out there.
I enjoy that. I enjoy quality time with my wife. Like I know a lot of people, have their differences and thoughts around marriage, but for me, married life is lit. Like through the good, the bad, the indifferent, is lit. Um, and I love it being with someone that actually puts effort in as much as I do. Like I love from the core of me. And that's how I always love. Even when it comes to friends, when it comes to family, I do whatever I can to make them happy, to make them smile, show them I'm thinking of them. Um, that's just how I do. But I'm at a point in my life now where I know if y'all saw a post earlier I put, I'm not doing one sided. Like, I'm grateful that I have a wife that balances me, but I'm also grateful to, in the future, build friendships that balance me. Like, I want friends that love me just as much as I love them, and it shows through action. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's that freaking busy. I'm in the military. I'm a wife. I run businesses, and I still make time to have family chats and talk to my wife. Like, you're not that busy, and if you are, and your life ain't changing, you need to switch up something. Point blank. Period. So,
Yeah.
you ready?
Yeah. Before you do that, I was gonna say another way we read too. Like we'll read together. Sometimes we'll read like literally together, or we'll read the same book at the same time and say before get to this page, and then we'll talk about it too. Like you just gotta really just get creative. We didn't do as many like dates this time, just because it's just different. The atmosphere and everything is just different here. But we made points, just to
We
make time.
did do a virtual date on Valentine's Day where it was dinner for me, lunch for her, and we was on FaceTime and we had a virtual date.
We got seafood
If you're
too.
watching live, if you're watching live, or the replay, share with us some ways that you and your partner connect. It don't have to be married. If you're in a relationship, if you got friends, if you're single and you got friends, what are some ways that you and your friends connect? To me, friendships are like relationships. Mine is intimacy.
Long
What are some
distance.
ways that you know, yeah, long distance.
Long distance. Yeah. Just curious.
Even like, yeah, I just want to know.
Yeah.
We do paint nights.
Mm-hmm. We do. We do. If you want to peek at that, our next paint night or our paint and sip is August 20th. So, um, and I'm excited for that. It's gonna be fun.
Hmm.
But yeah. So today we're gonna be playing Goat. Can you show us what we're doing?
Yeah,
Oh, that's why you picked the Friends edition. Let's get deep. There's a Friends edition. There's a couples edition.
uh, hmm,
Or it's
I
called a
have
lovers
both.
edition. Yeah.
No, it's
But we're in
couples.
couples. Okay, it's a couples edition. So
In a
today we're
purple
gonna try the
box.
Friend edition because they be asking you some really personal things. Or especially on that couple. I'd be like, God damn. So yeah.
So how it works is there's three categories: icebreaker, there is deeper, and then there's deep. And so each person picks a category. We read the card, and we can both answer the question, or the person can pick can answer the question, and I can pick my own category if I don't want to answer it. Most of the time we both answer. Sometimes I be like, nah, I don't want to answer. I want to pick my own. But either way,
You still pick your
we
own.
played this with my cousins. We played this with my cousins, and my cousin bought the game. So it's a really nice game, the way to get to know people in your family. But we generally together personally play the couples version because they got more. Some of the topics that ask are more related to being in a relationship. So you want to go first, or you want me to go
I'll go first since you got the cards. Let's go. Let's ease in there with icebreaker.
first? Okay. It said, "What is your favorite type of cheese?"
What?
And if you watching live or the replay, you can answer the questions as well. What is your favorite type of cheese?
That's a hard one. Because not all cheese is created equal. It depends on what I'm doing with it.
Like if you had one that you can eat in raw, like cheese form, in something, and you know all the ways, what would it be? And y'all can answer too if you're watching. If you're
Par
watching live,
Parmesan. I think only because I do the most with it. Generally speaking, like looking at my diet, but I wouldn't put Parmesan on like a burger. Actually, Parmesan on a burger might be pretty good, especially if it's on a nice garlicky burger. Like I don't know. Like sorry, each cheese has its place and its purpose. So that's hard. I would probably say the Parmesan or like cheddar, because cheddar is bomb in macaroni and cheese.
I would say sharp cheddar for me.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go a little deeper. Like I said, if you are watching live or replay, you can answer too. What makes you a good friend?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm loyal and I have integrity. Like, I'm not one of those people who somebody can give me a little dollar or show me a good time and make me turn on the people that I really call my friend. Like, I think that what sets me apart from a lot of people today is my loyalty to people. I just like nowadays learning to be loyal to the right people because people
Yeah.
ain't loyal. Like once they got what they need from you, they out. Like they hang
Yes.
out with somebody new, and they like the new vibe. You just like an afterthought. Like me, I'm a ride or die. Like to true meaning, have your back 100%. But if I feel like now that I'm in a healthier space, and what sets me apart from the old me is I'm loyal, but I'm loyal now with boundaries. Like if you're not giving me what I'm putting out, then I gotta let you go. And
No,
I
that's
I love making my friends smile. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I want to see my friends win. So if I'm in a position and I can help them get to the next level, I will help them. I've done it before. Help friends with business stuff. You know what I'm saying? Help them with a bill. If they struggle, if they running a hard time. It has to be somebody that, I rock with. But I've learned that they wouldn't do the same for me. So at this point, I just do what I need to do for my household. You want to answer that one, Steph, or no?
I would say that um I would say I'm loyal and to a fault. Um I'm honest, but I hold you accountable. Whether you're wrong or you're right, hold you accountable to your goals so you can reach what you want to, because I want to see everybody win. And I also hold you accountable if you're dead ass freaking wrong. I'll be like, look, I'm all for you. And I would want the same done for me. I'm thoughtful. I'm really observant, so I catch everything. I'm the friend that'll like notice if something's up, something's out of your normal habit. I'm also the friend that, hey, you had a rough week. Like I'll bring over pizza and wine. Like let's talk about it. Let's laugh and joke. Let's, game plan if you want to, like whatever you really need um, for support. I guess I'd say I'm supportive. Um, I don't know. I guess that's really it.
Alright, what you want to go with?
Icebreaker. I'm scared.
Girl, what is your favorite candy?
And if I could eat a Reese still, it would be Reese cup. That was my favorite. I found a couple like almond butter alternatives, which are almost it. Um, but that would be it.
Mine would be gummy bears and Twizzlers.
What you gonna pick?
I'm going with deeper again.
I bet.
Have you ever been stabbed in the back? By whom and when?
Do we have time for this list? Because
Right.
you just said you're so nice.
I have been stabbed in the back um, by a so-called friend. Um, I saw some text messages in my ex phone where she was talking shit about me, saying, I'm broke and all of this stuff. She didn't know that I know these saw these text messages, but it was someone that I valued as a true friend at the time, and I thought she really like had my back and was loyal to our friendship, which was what at that time 10 plus years. But she opted to talk shit about me with my ex, so I won't call people names out. That was me and Steph been 6 years. That was well over 6 years ago, and I'm past that. But for the sake of the game, that's one situation where I feel like somebody stabbed me in the back. Probably about 8 years ago.
Mm. Um, you said stabbed in the back by a friend.
No, it just said, "Have you ever been stabbed in the back? By whom and when?" I just use that situation. It
Oh,
happened to be a friend. It could be a family member. It can be a partner. And I
ooh,
feel like in that situation, my ex, who was at the time like off and on, she also stabbed me in the back as
both
well.
of
Like, why
them.
would you
Yeah.
go to somebody that I was a friend with that wasn't your friend and talk shit about me?
Okay. Ooh. Actually, the last time I was stabbed in the back, I would probably say by a person who contributed to my birth and the person we share parents with. And you said why or how long ago?
Why? It say why and when.
About a year ago is when I mean, it's probably been happening way longer than that. Probably, they were just, I don't know. I don't know why. I just know that apparently you share things in confidence and it gets passed amongst and then it gets
It just say
inflated.
by who. I didn't
Oh,
say
who
why
and when,
for my bad.
um, things get inflated and then get used against you when they're inconvenient for them. Um, so that's who and when.
It wasn't me.
Shit,
I
that
know
came from
that's you.
deep.
Yeah, that came from deeper. That was me. Cause you haven't picked any outside icebreaker yet.
That was deeper.
Yes.
All right, let's do deep. Oof.
What do you think the legal drinking age should be?
That is a really loaded question. I mean, I think the legal drinking age is fine where it's at, considering all the other things that you could do way before then that you probably shouldn't be able to. So it's fine where it's at.
I
In
agree
which here
too.
in the US, it's 21. Now, some things change, and maybe I might shift that, but for now, That's
It's a
perfect.
lot. Yeah, it's a lot going on without the drinking age going lower and
Bingo.
lower negative criminal behaviors without alcohol involved. So
You
I totally agree.
too much going on. You can do too much as an 18-year-old without alcohol. I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going deeper again. Describe the last time you felt confident in yourself.
Ooh.
Okay. No, no. Being doing my job that I do here and getting stuff moved. Um, I feel like I'm connected with a leadership that doesn't believe in my team, that constantly bats us and nitpicks every little thing that we do, for lack of better words, and the fact that we're on social media. But I'm confident because we get shit moved and we get it done anyway, even when they don't believe that we can, and we never get credit for our hard work. So I'm just grateful that I'm not one of those people that need my ego stroked to perform a great job. So yeah, I feel confident when I'm doing my job, even when I know people don't believe in me.
This might sound shameless, but I feel like I always feel confident when I'm out in public wearing one of our designs and I get a compliment. It just
Yeah.
does something to me. I guess like the really most time like it really felt good was when I went to a vending event. And this was our first vending event where it was our products on the table and not representing another company. Um, so that's, I mean, like I said, it might seem shameless, but it just does something to you when people really like something that you put your hard earned time or money, like developing, investing, or like working on. Like it just does something to me. Oh, my turn. Oh, deep.
How many more you want to do?
It's up to you. What you got going on?
Nothing. Nothing. I was just asking. All right. What are your thoughts on long distance relationships?
They're tough. I mean, I think they're not for everyone. I think each different relationship dynamics work for certain people with personality types. They're not for everyone. That being said, they are what they are, and I think my situation is different because I don't have the luxury of traveling to go see her. You know what I mean? I think they're hard, and I think they take a special kind of person to be in them and put in the effort because it's so easy to forget, the other person when they're not here. You don't see them, like if you don't put in the effort to see them and hang out with them, then you won't. Um, yeah, they're not for the faint of heart, and I can't wait for this one to be over. Meaning she comes home, not we breaking up. So don't get excited.
Uh, if you're watching the live or the replay, you can also hop in and answer these questions. This question is, what are your thoughts on a long distance relationship? Um, they're not my cup of tea, per se, to do forever, but being in the military and having to indirectly subject myself to one, I think they're doable. It would if you put effort in. We make we make make it do what it do. I missed her touch and being close and showing love in the physical realm, but I'm grateful to have someone that wants to put effort in because honestly, I would say it's a very high percentage of marriages that truly don't last through deployments.
Yeah,
It's very high percentage,
for sure.
and a lot of people don't value their spouses here. I see it every day. Like, granted, there are some people who have arrangements and understanding, so not every person you see hooking up with somebody else are is technically cheating because their partner might know and whatever. But the average person is not that. That's not the case. Like, I guess I could control myself, and I know what I have at home, and I know what we're building. There's nothing out here worth it, in my opinion. Like, I always tell my wife, my eyes don't close and my heart belongs to you. Meaning, I can say, "Ooh, dang, she cute," or or whatever, but it doesn't go beyond that. And even in her absence, I'm not gawking. Like, people like I value quality and character and mental capacity, intellectual conversation. So most women don't have that I've come in contact with. So you can have a nice shape and open your mouth and sound dumb as hell, and you totally turn me on. So that's it for me on that one. I'm gonna go with deeper. Do you wish your relationship was different with your parents? If so, in what ways?
Ooh.
Um, Honestly, I would wish my relationship was different with my dad. Like, me and my dad had semi okay relationship. I wish that drugs didn't overpower him because he was a great guy. My mom is hit or miss. It is what it is type thing. Like, I never cursed her, disrespected her in that manner, but I wasn't pressed that. I lost the the desire to have a relationship with her, and both of them are deceased now. So, but I really wish my dad and I could have had a bond. Um, just such that drugs took over. He was a great cook. He was a chef. He was a great DJ. He knew how to skate. I just wish he honed in on his gifts a little more to the point um, that he could have been become something more. So I
I
think
took
if that was the case, I think if that was the case, if that happened, we would have been like tight.
probably. I told Katia this the other day. I'm jealous that both of my parents had their parents well into their adult lives. Both of them. Um, I had at least one. Well, both of them, well into their adult lives. Um, um, I wish that my father had done more self has would do some work. And had done some work just to heal from whatever is causing him to be like how he is. I don't know. So just he would just be more present, um, rather than thinking just money is being present. Um, I wish that if I had to pick which one to still be alive a jillion years out over the other, I would have preferred it the other way around. Sorry, not sorry. My mother was my ace boon coon, and I loved her. That was my boo. Told her everything, just about. Just about everything. So,
Are you gonna be brave? Or are you gonna be not so brave?
mm, mm, deeper.
Oh, come on through!
I'm scared. These
If you just
questions
if
are.
you just if you just tuning in, we're playing Let's Get Deep, the Friends Edition. You can join in. We ask each other questions, and you can answer the questions. Hey Netta, as we answer them, you can comment below and answer. Just a fun way to kind of get to know us. And us, we might learn something about each other tonight. So your question is, what's something you're glad you don't care about?
I have to think because my first answer is not internet friendly, so I can't think about that. I can't say that out loud. Um,
She said other people's opinions.
um, I don't care about those. However, in certain situations, their opinion makes or breaks my livelihood, and that's the part that I really hate. So I can't say I don't care because sometimes I do, to an extent. Um, no, I don't give a damn about them hypocritical church. I sure don't. I do not. That's a fact. I don't.
Like for me, I don't care. I don't care about. I don't care enough about people's personal lives, people's sexual lives, to like do go out of my way to destroy their being and their existence, or attempt to rather. Like I feel like me and my wife, right? We're married, you know. Um, why is it that people are going out of their way to this to like make sure so we can't be married no more, or make sure that gay people have a tough time on this earth? Why? Like there's ignorance in every race, there's ignorance in every culture, there's ignorance in every community. People do dumb shit all the time, but it's like you're honing in. You know what I'm saying? It's to the point now where people talk about, oh, they feel like we should be executed and all of this. Like, why do you go to that degree? You ain't gotta like it. Like, I don't care about popularity. Like, I don't. I mean, you hitting them on the edge. I don't. I
Mm.
don't care to be popular, and I don't care to be in the in crowd. I've never cared. I will walk alone if it means being in integrity. I'm big on integrity, and my wife will tell you, I don't care. I'm gonna always choose integrity over anything. People
Yes.
like you can don't don't let them don't they ain't got to know. Oh yeah, they do. Yeah. So I don't care what people do in their bedrooms. Like I don't.
No,
People
I mean,
care
yeah,
too
that's a
much.
good one.
Like
No, I don't care.
like
Mm-hmm. What
people.
people, what grown consenting adults do. Yeah, I don't give a damn about that. Like, I don't care if all parties are in aware. Like, I don't care if people want to be poly and have three, four wives. As long as they're not being abused, they're able to take care of any children in that relationship, and they're all consenting and aware of each other. I don't care. The issue I have, I mean, still, I can't do anything about it, is when they don't know. That's when I'm like, dang, that's fucked up. But at the end of the day,
It's
it's not
like
my case.
it's like all these heterosexuals or in the closet gays that sit on these high places worrying about my
The
life
latter. The latter.
when when you see all these kids in the foster care system, they ain't come from gays. They came from heterosexual fuck ups. But you worrying about me, and we're corrupting the kids' mind. A lot of these kids are already emotionally and mentally scarred because of what their heterosexual parents did to them, and now they're in foster care. So you talking about we're corrupting their minds and we need to be executed? Man, get out of here.
Right. Right. That's true. Right. All them kids in the foster system did not come from LGBT people. They came from straight people.
Right.
Right.
It's
That's true.
millions of kids in the
Or
foster
do you
care
think
system who are jacked up that we work with, and they came from heterosexual people. But yet, all these heterosexual leaders in high places want to get rid of gay people because we are the problem of America.
trust me, if you really
Sure,
can, but this is why they don't want critical race theory being taught in school. Because if you really look at historical facts, we are not the problem. I don't care about how people feel about my parenting. My kids are happy and free spirited. That's how we would be if we were to have kids. However, we were on the fence with having kids, and that just kind of said, and pushed us over to the camp of not giving birth over here. Will we maybe become foster parents if allowed? You know how that goes. If allowed down the line, maybe. Will we adopt? Maybe. Um,
Everybody like gay marriage is next. It should be only talking about. It should be why.
Why?
What are me marrying my wife gonna do? What is that gonna do for this country?
But my thing is, what kills me are these black people who are celebrating, knowing that if that's women's is first, then they're going to take care of contraception, then they're going to get rid of gay marriage. And what the fuck you think is going to be next on the chopping block when they're done? If they're not stopped?
Going back, reverse
Interracial
civil
marriage,
rights.
segregation,
Yep.
especially that dumb Clarence Thomas who's married to a whole ass white person, a whole ass white person. He's the only what black Supreme Court judge. You okay? Let's see how that works out for you, idiot. But that's why he especially gets a triple fuck you. So anyway, um, whose question?
That was your question because you
It was.
were brave. So I'm gonna go deeper again.
Oh,
What was the last thing you did that made you feel like a kid again? Getting back into skating. Inner child healing. Activating my inner superhero. Skating definitely did that for me. And is doing that for me. And I want to continue skating when I come back.
oh yeah, I gotta get back on those skates. I just need to figure out where to skate because I don't want to get run over. I'm not that quick. I don't want to get run over. Like in the parking lot, you know. They'll run my black ass over, like, "Boop, you shouldn't have been out here." Anyways,
Right.
you said what was the question? When was the last time?
What was the last thing you did to make you feel like a kid again? I think. What was the
Oh,
last thing you did that made you feel like a kid again?
that reminds me of that TikTok trend where they were frolicking. He was like, "Oh, we frolicking, we frolicking," and then they removed it. Fucking TikTok. Um, Sometimes, like when I briefly ignore or like an adult responsibility and like just take a minute to like watch something on TV, and knowing I'm like, that like that kind of like carefree, like I'm gonna take this time for me because I mean that feels so opposite of adult because adult you're always supposed to take care of all the things and do all the things. And I'm like, you know what? Yes, I see that sink of dishes, but I'm gonna go ahead and sit and watch this, and then I'm gonna get up and watch. It. Oh, this my oh shit, my question.
That is, you
Deep.
answered it.
That was my question or your question?
That was my question.
That's what I said. I was like, ooh,
Now you
um,
going deep.
deep.
How would you describe your parents' generation?
A bunch of broken people healing while trying to overcompensate for the stuff that happened to them.
A bunch of my parents were born. Your
Mine
parents
were
were
in the
born.
mine were parents were born in the 50s for reference.
My parents were born in the 60s, 60s, 70s. They all broken. These motherfuckers broken, educated, broken people who didn't set up their kids for success. That's what I think about my parents' generation.
Yes,
Like
heavy on
I had to figure it out. You got to figure it out. And now
heavy on
that's
that.
why we're here where we are. Like we
Heavy on
don't stick together. We don't work together. Like we're still struggling now because like
that. Yeah, heavy on
they
that.
push college, but no college fund. Figure it out. That's
I
what my
paid it.
parents'
I paid
generation.
it. Meanwhile, stuff is in massive
Yeah,
inflation.
right.
Like for
You
what we
talking about
did
you
for a
paid it?
semester in school was all 4 years for theirs. Of course, it
Like
was easier.
one of my chiefs was like, "Yeah, I paid for all college out of pocket," and I was like, "Well, how much was college? 24,000." I said, "For 1 year? No, all 4 years when he went to school was 24,000." Bro, I could have paid that out of pocket too. Like you ain't bragging. Like
Right,
that's nothing to brag about when
right.
shit that was one semester. For, I mean,
You
1 year for
spend all
me.
summer working and save up. That's easy when you're with $6,000. You can make $6,000 in the summer. That's easy,
Right.
especially when you're a college student and have few to little bills. If you can go home for the summer,
Bills.
that's easy.
Thank you. Or you getting you getting also getting some grants. So all the 24,000 didn't, come from you.
Mm. Or
I'm
somebody
like,
told me, it was like, well, you were supposed to get good grades and get a scholarship. Who's the parent? Who's the adult in
first
that
of all,
equation? The fuck?
I had good grades, and scholarships are competitive. You just don't sign up for a scholarship and voila, because you signed up, you're gonna get it. No, they are competitive. They choose people. I had a 4.2 because I had AP classes. Was fourth out of my class and second out of my academy, and still had loans coming out of undergrad. Like that's ignorant.
Hmm?
How about y'all be adults and set your kids up for success? You when they born, set up a college fund. So when they ready to go to school 18 years later, that thing has put it somewhere where it can grow compound interest.
And the
Y'all
crazy
trying
thing
to worry
is,
about these kids. Oh my kid got to be fresh and J's and this and this. But when you ain't got no college fund, no accounts for them set up, you can do both now. I'm not saying they can't wear them, but y'all choose the
if you have
latter.
to choose between the two, like it would make more sense for you to invest in their future versus some shoes they're going to go out of in
Right.
6 months. Like if you can't afford to do both. And the
Or
crazy thing
both.
is, like, don't ask me for specific numbers. Google is free. Go hit up your local person who can help you with numbers. That's not my area. But you don't need a lot to contribute regularly. You put a certain amount in, you
You
contribute
can put
regularly over those
$25
18
a month.
years. It's not a lot, but that by the time they come out, they will have quite a bit of money depending on how much you put in there. You can easily set your kids up to be a millionaire if it's done correctly, or at least have
Right.
a few 100,000, or at least enough to cover their education at the minimum, or at least give them a nice foundation for a home. If they go to like a trade school and don't need college, at least be like, look, I saved XYZ for you to go to college. Let me help you with your down
Yeah, like
payment on your
these
home. Other cultures are
these
really good
other
about
coaches doing it.
they are
Yes.
really good about
Help you
that.
with
They're like,
down
yeah, my
payment, help you
grandfather
to get
gave
a
me money for
car.
my down payment. Like you look at the comments, like my grandparents gave me this, my mom gave me this. Like they're actually gifting their children money, so that way when they have to make these major life purchases as an adult, they're able to assist them. So they're not struggling like we are. That is why we are struggling more than the people of our peers of other
Because
races.
they weren't about
Because
they yeah, go ahead, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Nah, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'll say
You were talking.
because we are not investing into the future enough. It's not enough to put a roof over your kid's head and say, I fed them and I clothed them. And then you have the nerve to say your children owe you when they reach adulthood. Always remember that your children did not ask to be here, ever. At no point did they ever say, Mom, Dad, bring me on this earth. I want to be here. You asked for them to be here, either purposely or not, whatever, who cares? You made that decision. Don't make your children pay for it for the rest of their lives, then causing your generation under that the rest of their lives. Like, we've got to stop that. We've got to stop that. Um,
That's
we've
because we
got
associate struggle with success. If you don't struggle, you can't be responsible. And you feel like if you help your kid too much, I'm not helping them too much. They're gonna struggle. Or no, you set them up for success. Let me tell you, like I was on my own since I was 17. My grandmother died. Like I had a little help here and there from people, but majority of the where I am today is because of me.
a lot of people, they be like, work
And the
hard, but they forget to tell you that, yeah, you did work hard, but you had somebody to give you a leg up. They gave you the investment capital to start your business that's now making a lot of money. But yeah, you may have worked hard in your business, but somebody gave you the capital to start your business. Like folks really kill me with that shit. He said black people do it. Well, I'm black American, so I can't speak for other cultures. So I'm speaking about the culture. So when I say our culture, I'm talking about black Americans. Because I know other cultures do it, just not black Americans. Oh, I know. Black people do it. It's not just black Americans. My husband is Belizean and they do it. A lot of Jamaicans also. It's black American that doesn't set kids up for the future. Our pastor is Nigerian and his family believes in planning for the next generations. For whatever reason, we don't. And I don't know. Like I said, when I say us, I'm thinking of Black Americans because I can't. I know other cultures do, but I don't. I'm not other cultures. I'm unfortunately a Black American. And that's it. I know. America is real
like
ghetto.
we don't want to help with high. You say they like, oh, I had to get my own house. So you figure it like what? I
But
want
people say that
less.
like they didn't. Some people say that like their parents didn't give them money for a down payment or help them with repairs.
Or they feel like if somebody get help from their parents when they grown, like 20, 30, you a bum. Cause you get no. Some people just need help.
I didn't ask to be here. And I'm sorry. Like up until recently,
Like
like
I mean, at some point, I don't believe in sitting on your ass doing nothing and being a bum and
right.
trifling. But if I'm out here, but people need a little help.
But the way the
Cause I know
economy is
some.
right now, we need help. I'm not saying we like collectively. Like you like rent is high as hell. You have to make three times the amount in order to qualify for the rent, even though you're not paying them three times each month, which means some people are going to need like their parents or somebody to assist and co-sign for them. That's nothing. I mean, it
But
is the
my
way of
thing
the world. Like if you're in the financial position, why not help your kids? They did not ask to be here, especially if you did not set them up for success. Now, if you did,
but my
then
thing,
that's on them. Go ahead.
but other cultures also live together. Like we so quick to want to be so independent.
Or get put
Like
out.
or get put out at 18 because you on your own now. But my thing is, there's certain family members I don't want to live with. But there are some people we can live. You can live together, split the rent, stack your money. Now, if you ain't doing what you need to do to get ahead, that's your fault. But if you come to sit at the table together, say me, you, Netta, if we sisters, and we say, sis, look, look, we all gonna help each other. We gonna get this house together. We gonna buy a house together, and we gonna all this gonna be, and the other person build up, or and till we get on our feet. So you split in rent if you living together, and then you get ahead, and you set a date, cause like nobody wants, what I'm saying. At some point you do gotta do what you gotta do, but
We help each other. Like
at
you know how
least
much
like
money you
people
would
you help
save.
each other,
Hmm.
right?
You're like I had to
If
tell
we
somebody
if
like
the rent two if the rent 2 grand and it's a 5 or 6 bedroom or 4 bedroom, and people in there with their families, people too prideful. They want to like one up each other. That's our problem.
yeah.
It's pride.
But I had to
We
say
want
that
to
to
one up
somebody too. I
like,
was like, you
yo,
pay.
you staying with your friends? I was like, yep, but we stacking over here. Just wait. I ain't trying to impress you. We got to impress. I got my own house. I as soon as somebody living with somebody, oh, you living with somebody? And
But
yeah,
I
I
had to
got like, go
yeah.
ahead.
But I was like, but yeah, I had to tell somebody that I was like, because I didn't have like $50,000 saved in the bank. I was like, you pay XYZ in rent every month and let me know how much money you have to save in a year. Fuck. Like y'all crazy. Y'all bashing people. Right. Pay real bills. Like people, those of us who are legitimately paying real bills with no assistance, government or parental, it'd be a struggle out here for real, for real. Like to really stack your savings like people really want to. Like if I can move back
Or people
home,
watching people with business.
yeah, like if I could move back home, like if I could have, somebody said, why don't you move back with your dad while he's employed? If I could have financially, makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. I could have stacked a lot of money. We both could have stacked a lot of money. But I don't want to live with him. It's toxic. It's fuck. Sorry. It's just that would
That
not have
would have
been
been a
fun.
great move because I
No.
would have rather paid. We could have paid not with him, but
Oh
if
no,
you had
financially
somewhere,
wise, it makes sense. It's just him.
yeah,
Yeah, if it wasn't
yeah,
him,
if you
then
had somewhere to go,
yeah.
that would have been fine.
Yep.
Yeah,
Help you pay your little bills, help you pay, they'll divide the little rent. Because he don't pay a whole lot. He pays a lot less than we do,
right.
that's for sure. And you divide that in half, we both could have got up, but I couldn't. You couldn't do it. She said, I think Black Americans, if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for you mindset. If their mama made them pay bills at 16, they gonna make their kids pay bills at 16. Black America has an issue with raising silver spoon kids. Like Cheyenne wanted two pairs of shoes and was like, oh mama, can I get this one, the pay period, and one the next? I said, no, you can get them both now because I can afford them now. I told her I don't want her with the mindset of living paycheck to paycheck. Oh, yeah, it's a hard one. Like I know it's truly a mindset thing because I've had to break my own mindset of like that. Like like I did good. I walked in the store over the summer and walked in and picked out a pair of shoes, tried them on, and didn't ask price. That was huge. I was like, Katia, I really did that. And you know, I was like, and mind you, I'd never shopped in the store, so I didn't know what I was looking at. For real, for real. Like I didn't know, but it was good. But that was hard. Like to just walk in blindly like that. I was like, oh, I like these shoes. And that it's hard. It's and because our parents, like I said in the previous question, grew up in struggle, they inadvertently put that on you. Like I am taught to conserve, which I'm fine with to a certain degree because I want to do my part to the earth and do my part to my community by not being wasteful. But I have to take a step back and say it's okay to leave a light on for a little longer than you leave the room. It's hard. Like that you inadvertently indoctrinate your kids, and whether you realize or not, because you're trying to lower your electric bill and your water bill, so you develop a complex. And I am now at almost 35 years old, working to undo that. It's really hard. Like
Yeah,
it.
because I wash every other day.
I wait till I have enough load so I can get at least a full load. Like she washed like one motherfucking t-shirt, be like, it was dirty. I spilled
That's
something.
no, that's a lot. That's a
And
lot.
that's how it
I'm
feels
not
to
that.
me. It's
I
like
have a load, but my thing is, okay,
two, how many
for
shirts?
being a
Two shirts is
no,
not a load.
no, that's not true. Don't we gonna be honest in integrity? I have a load even here, but when you think about it, like my military, it's a shirt. I have a jacket. I have pants. I have a t-shirt that goes on a pair of socks, which that's two pieces, three, four, five. I have sometimes I wear a tank top. That's six. A bra, seven, and then boxers, eight. And if it's that time of the month, that's panties, nine. That's just one thing is nine pieces.
Hold on. One, two.
Then 3 days later, that's 27 pieces. Like that's a load.
That is a load. I mean, maybe for that,
That's
but
what
you
I
but,
do.
but
But even if I don't have my jacket, I still wear a shirt, pants. The only thing missing if I'm wearing a regular civilian clothes is my a jacket. I don't wash a hoodie every day.
I really think, and because we've been called lazy in this country, even though historically we are not the lazy ones.
They
I
are.
think we're afraid. Yes, I think that we're afraid of like making what they say to be true. Like it's a lot of brainwashing that's been done. So
It
through
is.
society, and we've unfortunately passed it down because we don't take the time, neither, to learn our history to understand where these practices come from. Um, but I'm getting a lot better. I'm getting a lot better. I really am. I am. I am. Um, but just it's just yeah, like just being able to like even Katia has done that with me. She's like, I'm gonna treat you to such and such, and I would go there and I'm like, oh, I want with this one. She was like, you can get them both. I'd be like, really? Like, even as an adult, because I just try to be mindful and considerate. Like, and I think that's the problem.
And
We
that's why a lot of us never
are
successful.
too considerate and of other people when other people are not considerate of other people. If you're catching what I'm putting down, so
Right.
and that's a cultural thing. That's partially how we got to literally, physically, geographically where we are. We were too nice, too trusting, and too accepting. Basic shit happens. You're invited to the cookout. Mind you, the cookout is metaphorical. But have you not learned to stop inviting people into sacred spaces? So, and I think that's what it is. Like I try not to be considerate, and I don't know where that comes from. It could just be, I might just be a nice person. I don't know. But just like understanding that it's okay to get two. She's, I think it's about balance. I'm raising responsible children who will know how to handle business, but will be okay with splurging on themselves. I'm not raising nuns and priests who will be taking a vow of poverty. It's okay for us to splurge and leave the lights on. I'm working on it, but I'm working on it. But I'm gonna tell y'all this: if y'all ain't see what happened with Chadwick Boseman's wife, please, when y'all get to certain financial statuses, please check your state laws and get your finances, your will in place. Her being married apparently wasn't enough for her to get it all. But if she wasn't married, she wouldn't have got it. Leave that in mind. She said, Katia, we are related because I washed a shirt and Ray will side eye me because it's only one shirt. I will only wash like once if it's like the dog has like I put blankets in one of the dog's cages because the other one chews it, not abusing him. But if he sometimes has an accident, because dogs do stupid stuff sometimes. They get mad or they get sick sometimes overnight, whatever. And I will wash like a few doggy blankets together, but even still, I wash. Then I still have to run the dishwasher. I mean, the washing machine like 2 times. I put my own clothes in
But my
behind.
thing is, that's why they
So
got the level of water. You put less water if it's a few items. Like I wash my delicates. I'm not putting like my hoodies and these shirts. I wash if I only got like five. I'm not waiting until I got all 8 or 9 of them dirty before I wash them.
I've been
That's why
washing
they
on
have
Wednesdays.
a level of water.
I've been washing on Wednesdays, regardless of what I have. I just put all of my clothes that I've worn the last week, and I put them in the washing machine. And then I take a load of towels and I put them in the washing machine. I've been doing better.
Yeah, like we used to bump heads a lot, but I also communicated with her in the beginning. Like it was to the point where like you paying the water bill because I'm like,
Yes.
bro, I've been doing this all my life. Like we used to get into it because, but she's working on her mindset.
No,
I let
she's
her
still
do
paying
her.
water
You
bill,
can fuss,
but
you can
just
fuss, but
kidding.
I'm not sitting. I'm
No.
not sitting on loads of clothes. I hate dirty clothes.
But
I
that was
hate
my
them.
compromise while I was working through
I'm
that. I
not.
was like, you know what?
I'm
You pay
not.
the water bill. I don't
I
care
don't
anymore.
care if it's out of sight, out of mind. Like I'm not living with people. Don't wash their clothes. It's nasty. And I'm not saying if you don't wash as often than me. Some people don't wash their clothes, period.
Now I
Like it be
will. No,
months. It
no.
be months before they wash. Like everything in their fucking closet and drawers are dirty before they wash. I've seen it. People come to the
I mean, that used
laundromat
to
and
be me. No, that used to
they
be
don't
me.
have kids.
Then I'd have to break out. Then I'd have to break my loads into so many different loads because I used to be washed all day. I have like 5 loads of clothes going down the hallway. The place where we first lived together before we. I used to have five all down the hallway to the laundry room, so that way I could. mm, But then I would get mad because then I have all those clothes I have to fold. So I've been doing better about washing my clothes on Wednesdays, and then I hang them up and I fold them. So I've been doing better. She said I wash every day. Cause Tia does too. When she's home, between towels, clothes, dog stuff, just about it.
Some always can be
Yeah.
washed.
No, it's true. She's washing the linen.
Cause
She'll be
I
like
wash my blankets.
tablecloth, blankets. She'll be washing the curtains if we had them. This place has a lot of natural light, so we don't have a lot of curtains. I like light, like. But seriously, she washes just about
Yeah.
every day, and it is what it is at this point. So like, it is what it is.
I'm
Um,
like, you can divorce me if you want. Like I'm not start washing. Like I'm not.
I would
There's some
never.
things I will bend on, but like clothes and cleanliness, I'm not. I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I ain't arguing. Cause my thing is, what bothers me about people, um,
Why?
I don't blame her. She got stinky ass boys. Like some
But
kids,
I'm talking about like your husband though. Like why? Like I mean, I get
I
yeah.
don't
My
blame.
parents
She
wash our
must
clothes
know.
separate too.
Like, yeah, you can wash separate. Cause some people do shit. You got little boys who probably wear the same drawers inside out days. Like I don't want my shit mixed with theirs either. I don't blame
Yeah.
her. I don't blame her. Certain people, I don't blame. I don't blame her.
Baby. I mean, true. I mean, I get that. Like, I don't
You
wash
got
my
boy
dog.
that you there's socks walking in the little laundry room to you because they don't like. I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, true. I mean, I don't wash
Mm-mm.
my dog stuff with, even though I'll pet them and let them cuddle with me.
But
You know,
sometimes if
I wash their stuff
yeah,
separate. So that's. I mean, I
like
get that,
I
but I
mean
don't wash.
sometimes to a
We
certain
don't
degree
wash.
we do.
We don't wash separate from each other though. Well, we didn't.
Initially, when you did your underclothes because you used the no scent,
Now I just
and
wash everything.
I don't have that. Yeah, now we just wash everything no scent. But before
The
when you was
OxyClean
doing
has
that,
a little bit of scent, and I've been doing good with that. So I had the OxyClean because my hair is blue. Sometimes I dye my clothes. So
oh
I will
yeah,
say that the clothes do have a little bit of scent because of the OxyClean that I use to wash to kind of get the dye out of the hair dye out of my clothes.
all right, what you doing?
Well, whose question? That was my question? Your question.
I don't know. It's a good conversation. I like it. This is
Right.
supposed to
That's
be.
why we play these games. Like we just like we can just it opens up the door for conversation because it can get very rote. How what'd you do today? I went to work. Oh, took the dogs out. Oh, I
See,
cooked
I
this
knew it.
salad and all that stuff. She goes, I mean, I have a teenage son, so I don't know what the hell he be doing with his child. Hello.
I told you.
Basketball stuff. Okay, that's true. Nehemiah probably don't change his drawers. Ray has stinky military stuff. Ah, I forgot he's military. Layla is prissy, and then I do my scrub set because of COVID. Okay, now that makes sense.
uh, yeah. But I told you, them boys, them boys.
So what you're saying is, when you come back, we need a, our sort rather than sort by color, we can sort by person.
I'm fine with that. But my thing is, people, you create your own traditions. Like I'm not, you know me. The thing is, what's the end goal? Clean clothes. If we wash them separate, it's not a big deal. Like I don't. I'm to the point in my life when you heal from your trauma and really heal and deal. Like the little petty dumb shit, it don't matter. If I
Yes,
wash it and they clean, the end goal is to clean clothes. When I'm done, the way I do things, if it's clean, are the clothes clean? I like the same thing here. The customer, it leaves us, it travels to the customer. The end goal is the customer getting their stuff. Did the customer get their stuff? All of it accounted for? Yes. Don't leave me alone then. All that little extra little in between petty stuff. For what?
yeah.
That's where I'm at in my life. And that's serious. That's with family, friends, wife, whoever. What's the end goal? If it wasn't met, then leave me alone. Like I'm not sitting here about to argue, get into little petty little piss fights. I'm at that point in my life. Life too short. If you legitimately got a concern, I will hear you out. But little nitpick nags, what's the end result? Did it get met? Yes, darling. Then why are we talking about this? Period.
Wow, that's a good one. But my thing, yeah, now her washing every day makes sense because she got 50, 11 children. It's just us. She said making sure
No,
that
I
that's
changed
the
my
end goal.
clothes. You remember, like I go to like my uniform, like even now, military. I go get off, I shower, I put on regular civilian clothes. If I go to the gym, that's a separate clothes in the shower. And you know, if I play basketball, I'm showering and then I'm going to play basketball. I my clothes. My clothes when I go to the theme park. If we go from workout to the theme park, that's two separate showers. That's different. Like all those sets of clothes, those pieces, the shirt, shorts, bra, tank top, underclothes. It's that time of the month.
Like we went to
Panties.
Water Country and Busch Gardens, we would shower at Water Country, put
And
clothes
who
on,
wants
and
that
go to Busch
chlorine in
Gardens.
your clothes? So you wash that stuff separate. Make a shirt that says that. What's the end goal? Oh, I will. Thank you.
We still got to
Because
do that. I'm still gonna make
I'm
the other
at
one make
that
it
point in my
happen.
life with friends and family, whoever you are. Did I meet the goal? If your answer is yes, leave me alone. People love to find little nitpicks. And I feel like people who are nitpickers, you need to unpack why there's little why you need a nitpick. Because I'm not a nitpicker. Even before I was not going through my transformation and healing. Not a nitpicker. Most of the time my wife sometimes they be like, I didn't get this done. Okay, we'll get it done tomorrow. And I'm not saying that I don't have like a certain way of doing things. I do, but when you truly heal and deal with your stuff, I ain't got time. And I'm still working on me, maintaining my healing and my peace of mind. Because you can achieve it, but you got to maintain it too.
That's true.
And that's why people relapse on drugs. It's because they don't, no program I really know teaches people how to maintain their sobriety or maintain their sanity or maintain the work that they put in.
It's
They
up for
just
them
show
to
you
go
how
to
to get the work.
AA. It's up to them to go find their own resources and
Right,
it works for them.
right. Nah. That's why our program, when you work with the superheroes of self care, we have maintenance in our program.
Place.
We're not just going to send you out here to figure it out. Oh, I feel so much better now. Good. Get out of my office. We reached our goal. No, we're gonna tell you now that you feel better. Guess what's wide open? Your soul, your heart, because you release all that junk. So guess who's waiting to fill it back up? New junk. This is what you need to look out for. And because you feel so free and you ain't felt like so free and released in so long, you don't even know what it feels like. You was a baby. And even from a infant, people filled up with junk because of the environments they live in as infants. Like I tell you, like this go round, me and my wife got so close, so much closer. Like our conversations, even when we don't see our eye, are shorter, and we've gotten a lot better because we communicate. We want better. When I'm going on my little rant, we got this thing we learned. What is it from? Easy and Natalie, our
Hmm?
favorite little new YouTubers. The thing when you
No.
always tell me I'm cold or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was a thing. Yeah, that's what she's talking to. We watched another YouTuber do like a therapy session with another YouTuber um or podcaster, I think. Anyways, but what she basically said was when you have an issue, um they're talking about, I guess, addressing if you have an issue with like tone and stuff like that. And basically she said, using examples, say Katia comes inside and she's wet and cold and she got wet in the rain. Obviously, there's some sort of miscommunication there. I was supposed to come pick her up. Our schedules fixed. Something's going on there, right? And so the primary focus is to hear Katia. What does she need to get warm and dry? Then once she is warm and dry, then I can say, look, I understand how you felt. However, the way you spoke to me was a little rough. But too oftentimes, the person who is on the receiving end focuses on how it's given and ignoring everything that the person has said to them. Like, hey, I need you. But they're like, because you didn't ask in a way that was palatable to the receiver, they kind of like bypass and ignore the initial complaints, feelings, the complaints and its feelings,
But it works
basically.
good though because it puts the person into perspective. Because
Yes.
the other day when we were having a conversation, it's very it's not easy because you feel a little like inside. But I was, I guess, on a little rant, and she was like, "Hey, I'm wet and cold. I need to help me get dry or whatever." And that means that I need you to focus on me at this moment. And it's not saying that what I had to say or my feelings were not important, but at the moment, I need you to hear
Yeah,
me.
I brought in I
But
brought yeah.
it brought it
I
brought
brought in
me
issues
back
to the table and it was being
in.
bypassed because she didn't like the way it's presented to her. That was basically, yeah.
Yeah.
She said, yes, some people get filled in the womb if their mother is smoking drugs that's being implanted. Yes. People don't understand that. People say addiction is not a disease, it's a choice. Negating that, especially if you were adopted or into the foster system, you may not necessarily be aware that your mother did drugs in the womb. Um,
And it's
yeah,
not always a choice. People
there was
slip
one,
stuff in people's cups.
but not even that. But I remember watching. I forgot where I saw this video where she admitted, like, she was a known and she got clean around the time she was giving birth. So when they tested her, then they tested her in the hospital. She was clean, even though she'd been using up until that point. So imagine
Wow.
if something happens to her and she's unable to be from a space of recovery and say, you know what, I did that. You have no idea. You may not know that. And then you go try drugs and wonder why it feels good to you, why it's so addicting, because you've been predisposed with all your neuroceptors when you're a baby, when your womb and your brain is developing, and you've been exposed to that stuff. There's a girl when we worked with, well, nah, I think you were gone, but her mother would blow like crack smoke over her to calm her down as a baby. That's outside the womb. And then you wonder why she's a teenager struggling with addiction, because she developed maladaptive coping skills as an infant because it's what her mother did to her.
But y'all worrying about gay people though. But we destroying the
It's an
children. Like
it's
we
right. It's
destroying.
right. It's a disease because in your addiction basically tricks your brain into thinking if you don't get it, you will die. And in some instances, depending on what you are addicted to, alcoholics, and to a certain point, if you don't feed it, you will die if you don't properly
All
detox.
these all these politicians talking about gay this and the Bible says this and the Bible says that. All these politicians hoeing around on their wives, cheating,
With
probably
men,
sleeping with the same sex as well, but it's on the low. I feel like those who rant into the point of hatred coming out of your pores, your skin, and your brains, you down low. I'm sorry. Period.
because no
Politicians,
straight person is going to care.
anybody.
No
Like
straight
you
person
going to
is
the
going to care.
umpteenth degree, you want laws to get us out of here. I want you executed. You are terrible. You are ruining. Okay, like if you going to that much rage, baby, just be gay.
Just come
It's
out the
okay.
closet. Come on now.
Be bi if you want to be bi.
Just come
Something,
on out. Come on out.
please. People who are enraged at that level are people who cannot live their truth. Period. It's frustrating not being able to live your truth. It's frustrating to have to hide who you really are. It's frustrating. I
And I can
know. And it
imagine.
comes out in that manner.
Yep. Not being
I
able to.
can't personally relate, but I know it's frustrating. And the hatred that people have right now that's in these high places is terrible. And some of y'all agree with them, it's terrible. What the Bible says, who gives a fuck? That's what you believe.
But
Why
here's the thing.
should you be able to force other people, your beliefs on other people through politics and laws? Why? It's not fair. You're in high places representing the world full of people who don't may not agree or believe with what you believe in, but respect what you believe in.
But I wish that the thing of it is that people really studied and really took the time to learn this information on themselves rather than parroting what they hear at the pulpit. Because if you really studied and took the time to study the Bible, historical context, you would understand that half the scripture that they're using to beat over the head of people are literally misinterpreted. Men, like that scripture they use it for gay people, it's pedophilia is what they're referring to. That's what they're referring to. If you really look at historical and really take the time to actually read and study and actually like take time to really tune yourself, that's what it's talking about. She said, I'm so over these lawmakers because the laws they're making are going to affect them. They won't be able to send their side chicks to get an abortion. I can't wait to these scandals. But here's the thing, and I think here's the part that most of us are missing, but they will though, because they have the financial means to send them to another state or to have a private doctor to come see them and do it in another state, or they have the means to fly out of the country with their doctor in another country and perform and get it done without having to bypass, oh, I can't get any flights. Most of them have private jets or access to private jets or know somebody they can pay on the table to let them use their private jet. Like, or they are messing with the same sex, so a pregnancy is not an issue. But that's
Mm.
how that's gonna roll. The people that are going to be the most affected by it are the poor people who are cheering right now when their significant other gets their side piece
Jeez.
pregnant, and then they won't be able to cover up that scandal. Those are the ones that are going to be the most affected by this, outside of all the other health issues that will cause somebody to have issues with this. Um, but these lawmakers, but yeah, but thankfully for the age of technology, thankful for it'll be harder for them to cover it up, this, but they're going to do it. The rich people, that was the issue. The rich people have never had a limitation or issues with safe abortions. It's always been the poor people that can't leave the state, who don't have the financial means, can't don't have the time to take off of work, don't have the money to pay out of pocket. Those are the people that are going to be the ones keeping their words, or those ones that are in states where maybe they are having some health issues where it might be needed. Those are the ones that are going to be the most affected by this, and some of them are too stupid to realize it. I don't even know whose go it is.
You'll go.
Is it really? Are you sure? No, I think it's
Let's
my
go with
your
that.
go because Jonetta
All right,
said
I'll go with deeper.
it's your go. Oh,
How would you describe your childhood overall? Toxic and traumatizing.
girl, yes. Please, the local people are celebrating this mess. Can't send a little Susie to get one. The managed people keep acting like black folks are getting abortions. We aren't. They keep ranting about us having kids and welfare. All my clear classmates got pregnant at the same time I did. I'm the only one with the baby. You said, how would you?
It said, how would you describe your childhood overall? I said, toxic and traumatizing.
Roller coaster.
I grew up in a drug environment, seeing abuse, my uncle abused women, and I used sports as my outlet. I would go to practice, do my homework at school, stay to sports, and come home and eat. And I tried to run away several times.
Hmm. If I could have probably found like I live closer to family, I probably would have run away to a neighboring family. I really had no place to go. I would say roller
I
coaster, and
didn't either.
right, and not the fun like wee roller coasters are fun. I mean, like up and down. Looking back at my childhood, I had some highlights. Um, I had some great summers where between church events, camp, visiting family, like I used to spend like a week with my grandma. I would be like home out for 2 weeks, or or come back, and I'd be like, so I have positive memories, but I've got a lot of terrible memories too. I had a lot
I
of
mean,
trauma.
yeah.
Um, my trauma, and it took me a while. Like, I was like midway through college studying psychology, and I realized I grew up in an abusive household because my father didn't beat my mother, and sometimes the abuse was physical, but most of it was mental and emotional. And do I think he meant to do it? I don't think so. I don't think those were necessarily his intentions. But I can't say, and he'll never say. Um, but when I look back, all of my most 99% of my happy memories, either with family, extended, or my mother. When I look back at my childhood, I have very few happy memories with my dad, the one that's still living.
My
She said,
my fun memories. Go ahead.
"Go ahead." Sorry, you got your fun memories.
I was saying when I went to New York with my
Mm.
family in New York and going to family reunions with them, going to my cousin's house in Charlotte. So I do have fun memories, but overall, I was like fighting for my life
Mine
most of
were
my
more
life.
travel. Yeah, I forgot about mine. I did a lot of traveling for like choir and church trips. That's where I left the country first time. Didn't need a passport though. And when I got on my first flight, were trips that weren't with my family at all. So true on that one. And it is what it is. I mean, I know, especially we're as a culture, and I know I'm working on undoing that too. The sweep stuff under the ride. That's still your father. That's still your brother. Where were those feelings towards me when they were doing fucked up shit to me as a kid and as an adult? Where was that same energy?
That's
When they
they
said
only saying
talk
what they were taught is terrible.
right, when they would talk shit about things that were shared in confidence and then use it against me when they got mad for doing something that they asked me to do, where was that? Oh, that's your sister then. Where was that?
They
So
don't
and
have that. They don't know how to do that. We are wired to protect the victor, the victimizer,
man,
versus instead them. Yeah, and when it comes to
man,
men, instead of the victim, you got family, uncles and fathers and families raping and molesting the girls in the family, and they come to family reunions and that's my brother, Uncle so and so. He don't mean it. He ain't all there.
this girl did a series of TikToks, and that was what I think I mentioned that the other day when we went live on Facebook.
So
Um,
as soon as somebody get pregnant, they want to put it
yeah,
out there.
or that, or they would have a harder time abort. Uh, Jesus Christ. Whew, that's gonna be interesting in a few months to come, especially those deep, deep, deep red states of situations like that. Because a lot of times, some of those incestuous relationships, and I use the word relationship extremely loosely. This it's covered up because you had easy access or easier access to get rid of the evidence. Um,
Hmm.
but my dad, oh, your mom made it. The dad made it the best. Mom made it unbearable. I would say the opposite for me. But yeah,
I like that.
a lot of stuff is gonna come to light. I'm just here to get my popcorn ready as I work on what I need to work on. Because yeah, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi finna be a hot mess, girl. Oh, wait. And Texas is neighboring those two of those where I currently am. Woo! I know Katia can read my mind right now. That's all. Yes, ma'am. That's it. 'Cause Jesus, you think Louis, Texas, Texas too.
All right, which one you want?
Ah, that
It's
was.
now your go.
Oh, let's do icebreaker. Let's, because this got a little spicy over here.
What is your favorite thing to eat for breakfast? Boo.
Oh, you know what? I would really like if I could eat this every day. Probably. I don't. Oh, but that's hard. Either pancakes or avocado toast, like with the bacon.
Now,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
would be cream of wheat with fruit or
ooh.
French toast. Netta, what you want to pick?
Oh, I'll be
If you're
back. Hold
still
on.
watching,
Pick
you want
one, please.
icebreaker, deep or deeper? She said deeper. Ah, she ain't no punk. All right, all right, hold on. Are you scared or excited about getting older? Are you scared or excited about getting older? I know there's a lag, so I'll answer that question with my answer. I'm not scared about getting older. I'm excited. Like it doesn't bother me. I know I had an aunt that like it scares her to get older, but it doesn't scare me.
What was the
You pick
question?
deeper.
Uh,
Are you scared or excited about getting older? I say I'm excited. I'm not scared because my thing is I'm doing all I can to stay in the healthy realm of life. So I'm not really scared.
um, you said, are you
But
scared?
with the times, as far as age is concerned, I'm not scared. But it makes me a little nervous with the laws and things
Well,
as
I'm
far
I'm
as my
mm,
family.
getting the hell out of here. Wanted to see my future generations because I'm working hard to make them wealthy and healthy. Oh, that's a good one.
That is good.
I'm excited. I don't know. I don't want to get too old. I want to die. I want to be like 90 when I hit like oh
I'm excited for our brand too because like we
yeah.
got a lot of things. We're working hard behind the scenes, and I'm excited to see everything come together and to just money not be an issue. You know, we're good. We're decent now. You know what I'm saying with me. Um, and you know us in business and stuff, but I'm ready to like really to that level where when you want to go, all right, let's go. And I ain't gotta wait or plan. I believe that as a culture we're afraid of success, we are afraid of success more than we're afraid of failing. Like we don't feel like we've embodied that we're not worthy and worth wealth. We're not worth millions and thousands in the bank. Like we're not worth that, and that's why each when we see everyday people like us make make it to millionaires and millions, we always say, "Be humble." It could be taken away. Like we say
That's it.
backhanded comments like that because we feel that none of us should have it. I'm gonna be. You gonna get sick of me. Prepared to be sick of me because I'm showing all that I work hard for. And if you don't like it, block me. And if you're gonna be nosy, put your shades on, baby, because I'm about to blind you because I'm shining.
I would love to, except we don't have kids. However, I really would love to know what countries are safe for being black, because I already deal with the racism here, so I don't want to go someplace where it would be worse by choice, obviously. I also need to make sure that me being a woman, I will be safe. Like there's laws in place to allow, like they don't freely let their men just abuse the hell out of their women, because they are countries at certain times of year you got to be really mindful of where you go, when you're out, etc. And I also need to make sure that they're accepting of gay people. And so finding the perfect country that I know no country's gonna be perfect. I mean perfect in that regards. Like I'll be safe. They're not gonna harm me for being bi, married to a woman. They're not gonna harm my wife. They're not gonna. I don't want to hear the N word more in another country than I've heard here. I've never been called the N word by a white person and outside of working in the mental health field. I knocked on some wood. And I don't want to go to another country where that's a common occurrence and they don't care either. Don't want to go there. And I want to make sure that I can still enjoy where I'm living as a woman. I don't have a man to protect me. I have another woman. Gone. Back to the Caribbean, either Belize or Colombia. Ooh. Somebody did say Costa Rica was a good one too. Belize or Colombia. At least you have a home or place to consider home to go back to. I think that's a lot of problem with a lot of Black Americans. You don't have home. I don't know where home is. I mean, I can do ancestry, DNA, and all that shit, but it's not going to help me that much because there's nothing physically or a person tying me to that culture. That's it. Nothing. I thought about doing it for curiosity's sake,
And
but
sometimes it bothers me.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it bothers me that because like if you wasn't with me, you can freely escape.
But I'm
You
still
wouldn't have
Black
that extra
and
barrier.
I'm still a woman.
Yeah, but but if you had a guy,
Mexico's looking real good too. Certain parts of Mexico looking real good too. And that's crazy because they'll fear monger you into saying, like, oh my God, Mexico, you better make sure. I'm like, have you looked at what's going on in America? I'm not rich. I'm not white. I'm not straight. And I'm not a male. This country is not for me. That doesn't. That they don't there's not much in place to keep me safe from the people who want me harm. Because people are now boldly saying their plans and the FBI is like, we're investigating it. Watch it still happen. So Mexico is looking real good. I've heard a lot of expats. And when I went to Cancun last time, they're really LGBT friendly. There's I forgot what group I'm in. They're like a group of them. They live like in Vieira Mile, right outside Cancun, and they're thriving there. Group of Black American expats. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't really looked hard. Um, like I've been looking, but not like seriously. But once I really, I don't know, maybe I'll take a year off and travel and really like experience some of these cultures for myself and then go look. And then, I don't know. It's Ray's father's family, but they love me and I love them, unlike his mom's side. We want to raise the next generation in the culture that is in their blood. We want them to know where they come from, even if it's coming from their father's side. Hey, I love it. I love it. Shit, can y'all adopt me
I'm
too,
with
baby?
it.
Shit. Take me with you. Um, yeah, I think Belize and Colombia are both on my bucket list. So there are a lot of South American countries that are on my bucket list. Um, yeah, I do dream of not living in this country one day. I do. I dream of it. I haven't looked hard enough to like start planning yet. What?
My question:
Oh God.
if you were the president, what things would you change or do differently?
That's funny. What would you bit the deeper, didn't you?
Yep.
Your process for applying for
Um.
dual citizenship. Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Um. For me, it would be like fair treatment for all. Like
Yes.
that's it. Like fair wages, fair laws that protect people in the country, and like laws in place for the ignorant folk who don't know how to follow the laws. Like everybody gets served fair punishment. If you rob a bank, it don't matter what color you are. You gonna get whatever laws in place for people who rob banks. If you murder somebody, you going to jail. It don't matter what color you are. You going. Let's make everything fair across the board because let's be honest. Everybody ain't nice. Some people hateful, and it's just in their blood.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be like this swept under the rugs. Like, oh, you this color, you get to kill this color, and nothing happened to you. But that color kill you. Oh, you get the hammer, hang down. Um,
Yes. Yeah. She said she would throw the whole Constitution away and start over, redo the entire judicial system, continue for president 2024. Mm.
yeah, it's like start from scratch. Why do you want laws in place that don't care for the citizens
We
and
know
like
why.
like people?
We know
You
why.
don't want to see. You only want the people that look like you to thrive.
Yes. But the thing of it is, yes, this country is designed for straight white men. If you don't fall into any of those categories, they don't care. And the thing of it is, giving other people who don't fall in that category, whether you be woman, whether you be not white, whether you be fall in the LGBT umbrella or the queer umbrella, um, giving them rights diminishes the power that they have because they were at the top of the food chain. And so, in order for them to do that, they need their women back in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant. Um, sorry. Um, so yes, I wrote continue to run for president 2024. I would if I you said what you said if you were president, what laws would you do?
No, no laws. You just said
Listen,
what would you change or do differently.
I would make
But
it
I'm
so
with her. I would.
accurate history is taught at all levels. Accurate, not the whitewash shit they be teaching in public school, not the ones trying to ban critical race theory because they don't want to acknowledge what their ancestors have done. I would make it everybody. You need to learn it because the only way to keep from going backwards is to know where you came from. So accurately, in graphic detail, what happened historically. And then, like Katia said, start all over, dismantle everything, reallocate funds, just make it so life should not be this hard. Like, it should not be this hard to live. Like, gas shouldn't be this high, food shouldn't be this high, housing shouldn't be this high. If they are this high, for whatever reason, their wages need to be increased. Like, I'm sorry, this is ridiculous. Like, this is ridiculous. Life should not be this hard for the average person. Of course, the rich people ain't that hard. For the average person, life should not be this hard. And so I just make it a little easier, level the playing field, so people can actually thrive. You know how much happier and healthier we would be as a people if we were able to thrive? We have too many people functioning on survival mode. whether it be survival, like I want to hold on to what I have because I feel like I'm losing the grip, or you got people that are flying on survival mode because they don't make enough to literally live. Like they literally make just enough to go to work, pay their bills, and sit home. They don't get to travel and experience other things. Because I truly feel like the most well-rounded people are ones who have traveled. They're the most well-rounded people because you see how other people in other parts of the country live, but also other parts of the world. And you learn to appreciate some of the things that you do have. But it also just gives you another perspective that you realize how crappy this country really is. It's not that great. Sorry, sorry, not sorry. Oh, yes. I can't believe I forgot about that. Yes, I absolutely would. Absolutely would. Absolutely would. Yes, hands down. None of us belong here, really. Really. And that's part of the reason why this country is so cursed. Like, you took over a land that wasn't yours only to bring other people over here to work your field and to build it for you. You expect good things to happen? Shit. Them indigenous people got ancestors just like we got ancestors, and we not happy. Ancestors not happy. Especially if you spiritual, you know how bad that is. You really think about it, it's bad. Like, and you wonder why it's a perpetual cycle in this country. It's just how it was founded. Yep, yep, for sure. And term limits was something that I would make sure that I include in there. Because there's no way these old mofos are making all these decisions. They old. When the most of the people who are like not old don't even want those things that them old folks want. Term limits. How the hell the Supreme Court can make a decision they weren't even voted in by the people? People don't understand that. We didn't vote them in. We have no say other than being mindful of who you vote for president. They're the ones who do it. That's a good one.
Which one you want?
Deep.
How would you describe your generation?
Jesus, I swear these questions were strategically picked. I would definitely think we're the generation of the movers and the shakers because we've absolutely fucking had enough of this shit. Yes, God. Oh yes. We are the generation that is working to heal the broken systems that are fucked up in this country, and we are also the generation to heal and and break generational curses. A lot of us are actively working on pouring into our youth and our kids. And I say us because a lot of our peers have kids and they're working on encouraging them and even just simple daily habits in place just to set them up for success. Um, they are teaching them that what they're what opposite of what they're being taught in terms of conversations about people who may not be like them. And so I feel like we are more accepting of differences than obviously previously. We got a lot of work to do, but it's not as bad. We have a lot of white people who are sick of white people's shit. And you have a lot of white people who are calling out their racist family members and then cutting off their racist family members for being more human beings. We need more of that. Um, we need more of that. Um, we are definitely the generation of yeah, right, correct. I no longer cross the street or cross an aisle because a white person is approaching me. You're either gonna move, especially if I'm in the now if I'm in the middle of the lane or like on the left, but if I'm on the right side of the aisle and you are approaching me, you're either going to bump into me or you are going to move. Gone are the days of yes, master. It's a conscious effort because we do it subconsciously. I do it sometimes like, God damn it. But if I'm especially if I'm in aware, nah, nope, I'm not going nope. Now, if I cross the street or move the aisle, it's because your energy doesn't feel safe to me. They've got something on them, American flag, Trump flag, Confederate flag, that makes you go, maybe you might say something rude to me. So if I cross an aisle or move out of the way, it's because I wanted to for my sake. And there are a lot of us who operate in the same manner. Um, we're working on we working. We just got to get these motherfuckers out.
We're free thinkers. We're a
Yeah,
generation of free thinkers too.
yeah.
Like we ain't no yes man, no yes woman type people. We're entrepreneurs. We're innovators. We're tapping into our gifts. Like we are definitely tapping into our gifts, and we want more out of life. Like I feel like a lot of people in our generation are so loving and caring. We're not ornery, angry. Um, we're doing a damn thing. Now, guys, there's some people that's locked up and doing some crazy stuff. We have them in our generation, but overall, I feel like our generation, like, we definitely making stuff happen. Definitely making stuff happen.
For sure. We just need people in office who reflect what we feel.
What we want.
Yes, because most
Yeah.
people don't agree with the decision that happened. Majority of Americans don't agree. It's a small minority who do, and unfortunately, that small minority is making all decisions. Oh, to answer your question you asked me earlier, we need a new power strip.
You blew it out.
No, I just flipped the switch and it worked, but I had to flip the switch thing. I mean, literally, the only thing plugged in is the mini fridge. That's it. Nothing else is plugged into there.
Uh, that
And your
pulls a
microwave.
lot of pulls a
But
lot.
it's one of those white
Microwave
ones.
pull a lot. Yeah,
It
you need a
wasn't.
steady one,
But
or you
yeah.
just use one of them at a time.
Well, I used the power strip because I was reaching under and unplugging the refrigerator to plug in the microwave. So I was like, okay, power strip, I'm plugging both in. And I just had to flip the power switch back on when
All right, which one you want? Anybody who watching live or the replay? Well, obviously not the replay, but anybody watching live, pick one. Deeper, or icebreaker. It's the audience turn.
oh.
It's a good
Mm.
conversation.
Mm-hmm. It's deep. She said deep. Uh-oh, she getting in there.
She are, she been in there.
I
Is
know.
it harder to break up with someone or be broken up with? Dang.
Damn.
I'll read it again. Is it harder to break up with someone or be broken up with? Hmm.
Ooh.
I think
I
it's. I'll let. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think it's harder to get broken up with because I feel like it's like even if I was ready to end the relationship, like anytime that happened, I was like, God damn it, like they beat me to it. I don't like that. So I say it's harder to get broken up with. Even if yeah, I would say with because then you're not in control. At least for me, and I can speak for this Virgo. By the time I ended a relationship, I'd already mentally checked out. So I was gone. Anyways, versus if you get broken up with, you might still not be gone yet. What'd you say? She said, it's over. When I feel I'm done or you feel like you're done, we're too old to live unhappy. True, but I mean, sometimes in relationships, the other person may not. Like, I know with me, there were things that weren't communicated. So when I got broken up with, which actually, my track record is rare, actually. But, actually, but, sometimes like things aren't properly communicated. You may not know. Like, sometimes you can be blindsided. Or you're blindsided if you don't realize or you're like in denial. Maybe, I don't know.
I think it's harder to cut ties.
Ooh.
Cause like you could be mentally checked out, and I think that's what keep a lot of people in relationships that are toxic. It's hard to
Yeah.
let go because people start thinking about how long you've been together, all the time you, especially if it's the person who've invested the time, giving so much of themselves, and like it's like, dang, I done did all of this,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't understand. The longer you stay, you still ain't gonna get nothing. They showing you who they are. Like you got a lot more years ahead of you. Even some of the lives you lost, there's so much more ahead. But we don't see it that way.
Yeah.
Like
I
somebody
think it's
broke up with me. For me, it was hard. It's always harder to let go because I'm always that P word, potential.
yes. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, they're both hard.
Potential.
They're both hard. I
And
mean,
they both.
for sure. Especially like if
Yeah.
you don't know when it's done, or you're like, oh, even there's hope. Okay, we can make this work, and the other person's not willing to make it work either.
And I also think the time frame, how long y'all been together, makes a difference. Like,
Mm-hmm.
too, like if I'm just dating someone and I'm feeling them, but I'm not all deep in yet, and they break up with me, I'd be like, man, it is, but and it'll be easy for me to walk away too. Like I ain't, bro. When you invest in stuff, you always try to.
Years.
I always want to leave knowing that I gave my all because that's just how I operate in relationships. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't go in anything haphazardly. Like, especially when you pull me away from my dreams and goals, and I have to add you to my list of things to love and do as a Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn sure, like we love hard. So we like to make sure that we did our all. At least this Capricorn. I can't speak for all. All signs are not made equal.
Mm. She said, I mean, speaking of hypotheticals, I'm still my first boyfriend. But we both have said we're done in 20 years. I moved out once, and he's moved out once, and I don't know if the kids were distracting us from being hurt because we still had to handle business. So we both just worked on ourselves, and we came back together. He's my only experience with relationships. Uh,
Ah, but I can see why you could say your thought patterns is. I can see that.
yeah. I mean, Katia is currently my longest relationship ever. We crossed that mark years
This
ago.
definitely is my longest now. Cause when I really think back, when I honest, if I really calculated when I was done with the people that even though I stayed, they were really probably not 5 years. It probably was more like 3 and 3.
Ooh. No.
And I stayed for like 4.5. They probably were like 4.5 each. When you really think about when I sit back and think about the time. So yeah, you my longest and happiest. Like I've been happy from the day we said we were together to now. Like I've never like there were some days where my wife got on my nerves and we said some exchanged some words that weren't pleasant, but overall we have so many more great times together than not.
Yeah.
In the last 6 years, even like overall times. I think I told her it was like 4 or 5 times we literally that we actually had blow ups on it. And
Yeah.
that's like real numbers, not flossing for the book. We don't really spend a lot of our time trying to argue and fight. We literally always like finding something fun to do. And like we're always trying to find some innovative ways that um when we don't see eye to eye, we all like the get wet. She was like, I'm wet right now. Can you help me get dry? We
Oh,
always trying to find ways to bring each other back before we even blow up. So we put effort into yes, we don't always see eye to eye, but in the moment we still work on doing things the right way, if that makes sense.
yeah.
So
And even
we
that's
literally
still
only have 4 or 5 blow ups.
yeah.
Like
As I
and
and
they
I still
always
remember
been dumb.
the dumbest stuff. I always remember the last time you were deployed, and like we tried to like really defuse the situation with humor, and she said something, and she like snapped, and my response was, "Well, dang, can I have my head back? Like my neck, it kind of hurts. Like I kind of need my head to survive." I said it joke, like I was laughing, and she was like, "Damn, you right, my bad." But it diffused it, but like it let you know, like, hey, like that was kind of snarky. I don't even know what she said. I just remember that because I always think back to that moment, like,
And sometimes it's always a line. It's always hard for with us because we both sarcastic anyway, and we say when
yeah,
we say it to each other, you be like, "Damn, you said it to your wife," but like we joking. So
mm-hmm.
sometimes, you know,
Like, dang, can I have
but
my
yeah,
head
we do
back?
that.
I was like, dang, like, can I have my head back? Like, I kind of need that. Are y'all having a vow renewal? Because we coming. I don't care if it's destination, because y'all are a vibe. I tell hubby about y'all all the time. Okay, so you got a little over 4 years to plan, and it will definitely not be in this godforsaken country. Not because of what happened like the other day. Like we already,
We
it's because of
already
what happened
planned.
our wedding. So for those who don't know, we got married in 2016 at the courthouse, like just the two of us, a little private, intimate ceremony with us and our officiant. And then 2 years later, in 2018, we had a wedding on our 2 year anniversary. It is because of that is why we are wanting to do a destination wedding for our vow renewal at 10 years. So 2026. Um, because too many people wasted our time. Too many people said, I'm coming, didn't show up. And anybody knows who ever had a wedding or an event that you pay per head, that would have been severely expensive for us if we didn't have a family friend cater our wedding. Yes, we paid them, they didn't prove for free, but we were able to work with that. Like they didn't have a hard deadline of you need 3 weeks or else, because we would have paid a lot more to them based off of who confirmed. Besides that, we had a lot of people who showed up who didn't give gifts, took a lot of extra stuff. We poured a lot into our wedding, and we did not
And
get
the love received on the
was
back
not
end
wasn't
was
not
nowhere near.
uh
People went home with bags of stuff and
huh?
didn't even give a gift.
But we planned a whole weekend. So because we knew
Yes,
most people had to travel a minimum of an hour, and so
everything was planned.
Friday we had dinner and we went out Friday night. Saturday morning, before the ceremony, we had picked a spot. If you wanted to join us for breakfast, you could. And then we had our wedding. And even after that, we had a game night in our hotel room. Sunday morning, we had a post wedding brunch picked out. So you didn't have to think, you didn't have to get up if you wanted to. Now, some people opted to do their travels home, but the options were there. So if you got there
Even a
Friday,
lot of people was like, "This was the most planned out, well
yes,
thought out wedding I've ever been to." They
yes,
didn't have to think at all. The hotel, we even had a website. It had everything on the website
yeah,
laid out for you.
yeah. You
Like
didn't have
it
to
was
get
like
up.
a planned out. You
You
didn't
didn't
have
have
to
to go in
think.
the hotel.
Even on Facebook, we had a Facebook group for all our family members that was on Facebook, keeping them updates. You
Yep.
know, that in one place. Like it was very organized.
But even if like
But
we
that's
didn't
how we
follow up with
are.
some people, they would have never have told us they weren't coming.
Yeah.
That's the
They
part
just
that
like,
killed
oh,
me.
I ain't coming.
Yeah. And they was like, somebody was like, oh, and it was like a week ahead of time. Oh, I have a family reunion that week. Bitch, you didn't know prior? The fuck? And if we didn't
Yeah.
reach out, that would have been two people. There were a couple. That would have been two people that we would have paid for that weren't going to show up. And even then, we still have people not show. See, that's what scares you
Yeah.
most about having a wedding. I've changed my mind every time we're going to do it. We're 6 months from our 15th marriage anniversary, and Ray wants a wedding. I am telling you, I don't know if you know how flaky and supportive your people are. You appear to have more support than we do, so you might be okay. However, we're doing it as a destination wedding because if you want to be there, you will pay. That's all it
Right.
is. It's
I'm
not a
not even
oh
having birthday parties no more.
yeah. If you want to be there, oh, I'm traveling. That's my new thing. We're traveling for birthdays, Christmas. That's our new thing. And if you want to be there, you can pay to be there, but I'm not paying for you to join. I'm not
I'm no
whatever
longer paying
all
for
is needed.
events for people to
Most of the
come.
time you do destination wedding, you stay there a certain number of days. It's free anyways. So we'll be there 10 days, whatever we feel like doing. Um, so I'm you're more than
Yeah.
welcome to join. Or your friend Ernetta did that. What she did, she did like a ceremony and then everybody took a cruise.
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 That was
That was a
smart.
good idea. Yeah, she did a cruise. So if you were local and you made it to the ceremony, You could be there, but the reception and party was on that cruise, so you paid. She wasn't paying per. I don't know the logistics, but if it works like a destination wedding, I don't think
You pay for
she.
yourself. They
Yeah, you
probably
hear me?
nah, she
No,
didn't.
I don't know if she
They
like paid
pay.
like to reserve like a it's like a place to like have a party. I don't know how that worked. If she paid a little bit to
Mm.
reserve a section of the cruise for a certain period of time, like their dance hall or
Nah.
whatever. Um, yes, that is why we. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
Uh-uh.
because now think about parties. You buying food. This your day, and you spending all this money for your day, like
Food, venues,
for people to
souvenirs,
come eat.
cake,
Don't bring a gift
activities.
and enjoy themselves. Like I'm
Uh,
paying for you to
uh,
enjoy yourself on my
mhm,
birthday. It does this.
mhm,
The whole rules of how we do things here is ass backwards.
mhm,
It's my day, and I
uh-huh,
gotta spend all this money
mhm,
for you to enjoy yourself on my day.
mhm. Which is why I travel. If we end up adopting or fostering, I'm going to lean more towards adopt so I can travel freely. Um, we'll be traveling. We're going to Disney. We're going to this. We're going to this country. We're going to blah blah blah. And if we will give you people who are in our lives enough chances, like this is what we're doing for so and so's fourth birthday. If you want to come, you make your here's my travel agent. Tell them they can put us together, and you're on your own. I'm not. I'll be
Like I
damned if
turned
I spend
40
thousands
next
of
year.
dollars. I'll be damned if I spend thousands of dollars again for a bunch of motherfuckers who I can't even pick up the phone and say, "Hey, my lights are off. Can you help me?" I bet
Yeah,
you
it's
most
crazy. Half the people that came to our
without
wedding
being talked about
didn't
like
get
a
no
dog.
fucking gift.
Hmm?
Didn't give a gift.
Mm-mm.
Like let me tell y'all. Let me tell y'all how it was. You come in. We had a ceremony. You come in. We had a chart. It's my ours was black and gold with a splash of superhero. So our tables instead of having numbers, it was labeled as a superhero. So you got a shot glass that was etched. That was your first gift because it was take a seat, take a shot, take a seat. Gift number one, you would think that was it. No, we had a treat table where you got all these type of treats that were superhero themed but elegant, not no kiddish.
A candy
And then you got a candy table where you
cake,
got to fill up a mason jar and make a little souvenir to take home in a cup. You got cake.
food,
Then we got food. You got drinks, free drinks.
open
We had
bar.
a open bar. You didn't have to pay no cash bar, just an open bar. We
I
got
do
all the
cash
liquor. You see,
khakis, but
you
yeah,
then we had a photo booth
yep,
where you can take unlimited pictures, and the
yep,
pictures came out. It had our the superhero one you see us on our thing. It had our wedding date, Stephanie and Katia, and your picture of whoever you want to take pictures with. So you
prop.
got a bunch of pictures to go home, props, cups. People went home with a bag, like a little mini tote bag filled with their mason jar, their souvenir, and then our programs would look like a one-page comic book. So that was another thing
I
we
could
kept.
dance the night away because we had a DJ. No,
Yep, DJ.
I will
And
never.
then when you came back to our room, we bought games, so you had game night.
And they got snacks and shit there too. Here's
Snacks in
the
our
thing.
room too.
I will never. The amount of money we spent, looking back, we could have either put a nice down payment on a home and or traveled. We have yet to really officially take a honeymoon. We were going to, but with the time and stuff, it just like where we had picked, and we just didn't do it. Like we could have taken a bomb honeymoon with that money, and still had money left over.
And it's crazy. Like people went home with lots of extra shit because we bought extra shit because people didn't show up. And these motherfuckers still ain't getting no gift. Like you just go like you know what I'm saying? Like that's it's just
Yeah,
jacked
some
up.
people
So
picked us
I've
after the fact.
decided that I'm never yeah, some of them did.
And it was
But
like,
some people
"Ooh."
to this day still never gave us a wedding gift. And these motherfuckers ain't broke.
And they're the ones that took extra.
And they the ones that took extra.
Like somebody walked out with a stack of cups, no gift.
So I vow to no longer do anything that involves me paying for money for other people to have a good time. I'm traveling. You want to come for my birthday? If I choose to do something for my birthday, you come. I'm even even if I do a kickback, it's BYOB. Bring your own shit to drink, cause I'm not.
And
You're not
bring
drinking up
something
my
to
shit.
share.
And bring something to share,
Bring
or don't
something.
come, cause I'm
Yeah.
checking. 30 people. Is 30 people coming to my kickback, and you ain't got 30 enough for 30 people? Get out. Go
Yeah.
get some more. No, I'm not doing it.
No, you're not gonna bring no little bag of chips either. Like bring like a big family size bag of chips too. And yeah, bring something to drink. Right? How crazy. Look at this shit. Girl, that just made me mad, and that's not even my kid. 60 fucking people said they were coming, and 10 people showed up outside of your family.
Wow.
That right there. Okay, so I see why
That
you're
right there.
I see why you're hesitant on throwing a wedding. If I were you, I would do a destination. You can still walk down the aisle, get your dress, still have the experience, but you're not spending thousands of dollars for one
And
day.
you
Spending
already in a
thousands
nice
of
place.
dollars. You actually may end up spending less depending on where you go for like your resort for the week or 10 days. And but you'll have the memories attached to going to another spot. That's my yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
mean, like
not doing that.
the wedding weekend was a fun weekend. Like
Oh, it was.
I'm a huge proponent of spending a weekend in a hotel in your town. I'm sad I haven't done it here yet, but with COVID and everything, it's just not been possible. Um or pointless. Like who wants to go to a hotel by themselves? But I'm a huge. It's so fun to just experience your city where you live without having to go home and come home to your home. Like you can, you go back to a hotel.
Yeah, it is a dope.
I'm a especially if you move to a new area. I recommend you do.
Like our wedding was everything that we wanted
Oh, and
and
everything was in
more.
walking distance.
Everything we got everything out of our wedding, and like our DJ and his wife, they were our DJs. She decorated. They cooked our food, and they were the bartenders. Like they did it all because that's their business. They did it all.
If it wasn't for them, that our wedding would have been a whole lot more. I want to say what we paid them is what our initial caterer wanted. It was crazy. Yeah, but if it was just for
They
the
looked
food,
out.
they did. She said, "Raise that family wants us to come to Belize so they can throw us a wedding. Our people are one saying they can't go because of money and finances. I just may go with his family and enjoy it. Plus, we don't have to pay for it." Let me tell you a secret.
Goodbye.
Here's what you do. What you do? We gave motherfuckers 18 months. 18 months for people because we knew people had to travel, and that's within the United States. 18 months is more than enough for them to save for a plane ticket, get their passports, and get there if they really want to be there.
It's not that
Like,
serious.
I know people who pick up side gigs like Ubering just so they can have the extra money to do it. Like, there's so many ways to make money. Even just you want a little bit of money that's not going to take a whole lot of time and energy to do. Like, if they really want to be there, they will figure out if you give them enough time. Now, you say in 4 months I'm getting married in another country, that might be difficult, especially if they don't have passports. But if you give people a well over a year, you say I'm getting married this date, and I'll get to you in about 6 months, 8 to 6 months prior with numbers. They have enough time to start putting, but they can do research. How much does it cost to get from where I live to where we're going? It's and they can be okay. I'm sorry. If you said you want it in how many years? Oh,
Huh?
6 months away. Oh yeah, well, fuck him. His grandma is 92 and she wants to do it for us. Well, you got 6 months. 6 months is more than enough time for those who really want to be there and you have passports.
I would do it. Shit,
I
you
would
ain't got to come out your pocket, and they
fuck
want to do it for you.
go. Take your family and enjoy Belize. I've
Enjoy
heard good
that
things
culture.
about Belize.
Enjoy that culture
And that
where
food,
they
honey.
take care of family. Yeah.
Oh,
Go
I would go.
somewhere where people shower you with love and want to honor you. We
Yeah.
don't have that here.
6 months. You
Where
guys,
we're,
6 months is enough time
that
for
is
those
enough time.
who really want to be
Ones
there.
that want to be there.
Because
Don't miss out on a
mm-mm,
amazing opportunity because cheap ass people.
Because if you watch
We gotta
Flight,
stop caring about
if
people's
you, yeah, you watch
feelings
Flight.
because they ain't worrying about ours.
But Belize is also a tropical destination, and so especially you can get real close to a major airport, all inclusive. If you get your guests at an all inclusive, it's I'm telling you, then it's you get like a rate, like a discount rate for people. It can be done if they really want it to be done. Because all you gotta do is pay your deposit to lock it in, and then pay on it. That's what I've done that before. Pay a deposit to lock it in, and then you like, okay, I have this much money. You can do it. Now, if you got somebody who got like 50, 11 children, maybe not. But they can go themselves or them and their significant others and find somebody to watch their kids and enjoy a couples and adult time. They are more than welcome to do that. If they really want to be there, they'll be there. Especially, I'm sure this is not the first you've mentioned it. Because if you're mentioning it to us on a live, you've mentioned it to them before. They know. Because I had somebody who tried to back out of my wedding at the last minute. They already knew they was going to get cut the hell off. I'm like, you had 18 months to prepare. And you mean to tell me you can't take a road up the road? You didn't have to fly. That person was in a reasonable driving distance. The fuck you mean?
I had somebody, and this how I know when people. This how I know right here. If people want to be somewhere for you and show up for your life, they will. A girl I met on Facebook through fitness. We have still yet to meet in person, and this was what all well over. I think she and I knew each other just as long as me and Steph been married.
Oh damn.
Because she came to our wedding in 2018. She got in a car accident the week of our wedding.
Mm-hmm.
A car accident. Rented a car. Found somebody to keep her kids, and she
Oh yeah.
showed up for our wedding. That's how I know when people want to show up for you. No
Mm-hmm.
excuses. This girl could have said, I would have respected that. She had just gotten in a car accident.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Literally the week leading into the week into our wedding. That wedding would have been that weekend. I
Yeah.
think if it was not days before,
Mm-hmm.
and she
Yep.
still showed up at our wedding.
Or even the
On
person that
time.
we no longer speak to got on a
Yeah.
plane and came. They didn't know
And
us from
came.
Adam, and then came back
Nope.
out when we
When
did
we
our
had our watch party.
yep flew,
Because we got our CD to our wedding. We had a watch party to watch our video from our wedding.
and she came.
And she
No
showed
question.
back up. Flew back out here. No questions asked. So when people want to show up for you,
They will.
they will show up for you. It's unfortunate people have mental health issues and internal things that they don't unpack to cause them to push people away. But for the time spent,
Yeah.
it was great.
It was
And
worth
I'm
it.
not even going.
Oh
I'm
no,
not even going to, throw salt on it and be stretch the truth. She showed up for us,
she
and
did.
she didn't have to.
She did. But and not only that, she came in and she came and met us like with Friday. It was like, how can I help you? My own
How
goddamn
can I help
family
you?
didn't show up to the rehearsal. But she's like, how can I help you? What can I do? And she would got right in there. No questions asked.
And if you've been mentioning since 2020, girl, them people don't want to come.
Correct.
People
So
want you to stay stuck like them. People
yeah,
want you
you
to stay
mentioned it.
stuck like them.
Yeah,
Girl,
so
go have your wedding with your Belize family.
go
Meet
ahead.
your
Yep.
family and enjoy yourself.
And
And oh well,
send me the date because
we gonna be there
I'm crashing. Send me the date so I can be a wedding crasher. Well,
for
6 months
real.
from now could put us. I would definitely do that over our initial plans. Uh-oh. Am I frozen?
No,
Okay.
yeah,
The internet does weird things. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Go on, girl. Have fun in Belize, and um, if we can make it with our schedule, we will make it.
Yeah.
At this point, it would all come
You
down
know,
to scheduling.
it'll all come down to military stuff. Yep.
Yeah, scheduling. That's why I said scheduling.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Crazy. We've been on this month 2 hours. Yeah, definitely go see grandma. I wish I had a grandma. My dad's mom was sweet, funny little feisty lady. When is it? That's next year, right? She graduates a year from now, right?
Oh yeah. Let us know
That's next year, May.
May 23rd.
Hmm.
Yeah, let us know. Keep us posted because I gotta
Oh,
put stuff like that on my calendar ahead of time.
we'll talk offline too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This thing's about to get real complicated with that. Um, but yeah, definitely give us enough time to let us know so we can make that trek. Like once you get
Yeah.
dates, like yeah, like it's yeah. We know she's gonna
May
graduate, so
2023rd.
when you get the exact date in May, let us know
Yeah.
so we can put that on our calendar and
Make it happen.
make arrangements for like our dogs and stuff and
Hmm.
yeah, little shits. Mm.
This has been great combo.
I know, but this is literally what we be doing. Like we just be chit chatting and we talking and um, we play games like you
Letting
said.
y'all into our little world.
That's literally what we do. If we're not working, this is what we're doing. Um, how did I know you was gonna say that? Well, I'm gonna have to talk to you offline. Uh, that's a bit much. That's a bit much. Um,
We knew she was going.
I knew she was gonna say that, but I was like, yeah,
We'll do. We have to do a video Zoom chat
yeah,
offline.
yeah, well, yeah,
We'll hit you up on a Facebook chat.
yeah, yeah, yeah. When we're ready to share the world, we'll share the world. But yeah,
We can share with you.
yeah, we'll share with you. Yeah, right now I've been letting people know, I was like add need to know basis, like conversations like that. I'm like, ooh,
With
stuff like
what?
that. Need to know basis, conversation like that, like, ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah. But I ain't got nothing else. You got any more questions? Whose question is it? I don't even know anymore.
It's your question.
Oh, well, let's get deeper.
Deeper. She said I'm home all day, so call me. We'll call you when we get off this live then.
That
We about to get off in a second.
yeah.
Hold on. I'm putting the car back. I got 15 minutes. Quality of friends or quantity of friends? Which is better?
Quality. I'd rather have one solid A1 day one than a bunch of fake ass motherfuckers. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. That's just me.
You already know me. I'm like that about clothes. I'm like that about everything. I don't care about the name. If the quality is good, I'm with it. Quality.
I spilled some on my shirt. You can't even tell. Speaking of quality.
Yeah, I'm quality with everything because I'm not a name. I'm not a big. I'm not pressed for name brands. If it's something nice and it's on, and then I can. But I've started like since I've been here, I got me some Adidas joggers with the slim fit at the bottom. So I'm starting to like that, and I fell in love with Under Armour. I don't know. I guess it's military out here, and that's all that they really sell and make you fall in love with stuff. But I really
Underarm is
enjoy my
good.
Steph Curry. Oh no, it's not. I'm not saying it's not. And I like Steph Curry sneakers. Steph Curry sneakers. Got watch it, but text her. But I love you. We'll call you and
I
let you know. See if you're free. All right. I ain't got nothing else either.
Get off of me. Oh my
It's
God.
it's been real with the people.
Say hi. No, this way. Since you want to be nosy. No, this way. No, this way. Ooh, hey,
It's
hey, up
been
here,
real, people.
up here, right there. No, right there.
Y'all have an amazing day on purpose, guys. Remember, you are the designer of your destiny. You control your future. Do something daily to get you closer to your goals. It's your girl KG. I am the K from SK. That's my lovely wife Stephanie. She's the S from SK. We make up Hey SK. We are the superheroes of self care. We help wounded healers activate their inner superhero, also known as their inner child, so they can live a bold, authentic, and fun life. If that's you, we ready to help you. Have an amazing day on purpose, and we'll talk to you soon.